Hi guys, my name's Nadine and welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would do my reading wrap up for the month of May. I do have to warn you guys, I am really not feeling very well today. I've got this kind of really fluey sort of head cold, so I'm very achy and yeah, I'm not doing well. So I don't know how capable I am of thought and speech but I don't know what other time I'm going to have to do this, so I don't want it dragging on into July and still be talking about the books of May, because I want to film more videos in July than I have done the last few months. So yeah, we will just go with it. Now, because I'm not doing very well, I've written down my thoughts on the books that I read, so apologies if at times I am just sort of reading to you but you know, we are going to be fine. We'll be fine. So first off then, I read a book called The Tainted Cup. Let me get my pictures up for you. And that was by Robert Jackson Bennett. I did film a review video of this as well, so if I remember I will link that down below, but if not, just go to my channel and you'll be able to find it. But I will try my best to remember. So this was like a murder mystery in a fantasy setting. These two investigators, Anna and her assistant Din, are sent in to investigate when a high-ranking official is found dead. In really bizarre circumstances, a tree just erupts out of his body and kills him. So they're sent in to investigate. So as I said, I've filmed a video on this. Overall, I enjoyed this book. I have since found out that it looks like it is going to be made into a series, which I'm really pleased about, because I would like to continue on and see how the characters develop, because I think I did feel like that was an area that it was lacking. I wasn't totally enamoured with the characters, but I think they could develop into something really good, and I really liked the what I saw of the world. I would like to know more about it, so so yeah, that should be good. Secondly though, I finished Siege and Storm, which is the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I didn't realise that so many of my books were like library and Kindle until I was making this list. But yeah, so Shadow and Bone. So this continues from where the first book ended, like immediately continues. And Alina and Mal are in hiding and trying to keep secret Alina's powers and who she actually is. But they can't keep it secret for very long. And when the Darkling reappears, they have to kind of forge new alliances in order to defeat him and save Ravka. I don't think it was as much fun as the first book. I think mainly because the Darkling didn't get as much sort of screen time, I guess, as much page time as he did in the first book. And I didn't realise how much I'd enjoyed the sort of sexual tension between Alina and the Darkling in the first book until you didn't have so much of that in the second. And yeah, I think it kind of needed that sort of character to spice it up a bit, because I find Mal quite boring. And there's a lot of this sort of everybody really wants him, he's so desirable, oh gosh, how could he look at Alina, you know, sort of thing. But I don't get it. So he must be super good looking, like ridiculously so, because he's quite a dull character. Anything else? What else did I say about? Oh, but there is a new character who's introduced, Nikolai. He's a lot of fun, so that kind of saved it. It's not all about, you know, who fancies who, but it's a lot of it. Those ones, I guess. It just makes it a lot more fun. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it, but not as much as the first one. Next then, I finished Artificial Condition, which was number 2 in the Murderbot Diaries. So Murderbot is a rogue sec unit, like a security unit with a dark past. So at some point in their history they went rogue and murdered a bunch of humans. But this is something that Murderbot hasn't actually got any memory of. They only know what they'd been told had happened, so they decide to go back to the facility where the events took place to see if they can do a bit of digging and see what evidence can be unearthed to find out what actually happened and how it happened. Along the way, they team up with this scientific transport vessel called Art, who is such a fun character. I really liked the friendship that developed between Art and Murderbot. I'm very, very much still enjoying the series. That was a good fun one. Next then, the monthly Agatha Raisin by MC Beaton. This month it was The Fairies of Frytham. So in a previous book, Agatha had been told by a fortune teller that her destiny lies in, I think it was Norfolk. And so Agatha takes herself off to Norfolk, rents a dilapidated cottage there. And it's not long before things start to seem a little bit odd. Like all of the villagers is sort of like very much old country, old superstition type place. So yeah, the villagers are an odd mix of characters. Agatha finds that things start going missing in her cottage and there are strange lights at the bottom of the garden. And then she starts hearing rumours about fairies. So she goes to this this manor house. She's invited around, or she invites herself, I forget. She goes around for tea or something, I don't know. And oh, do you know what? Let's just wind back. So, a bunch of the ladies that she makes acquaintance with, they come around to her house and they're quizzing her on why she's there. And she feels a bit embarrassed about the fact that she's there basically to get over things that are happening with James Lacey. And so she says, oh, I'm a writer, actually. I'm here to write a novel. And so she decides while she's there to have a bash at it. And so she starts a murder mystery based on the people that she met at the manor house, the bit. And then somebody does get murdered and the police find it is in the way that she is describing in her book. So obviously Agatha has to investigate and to see what the heck's going on and what's going on with these lights as well. So I think it was a bit of an improvement on, I think the last few I sort of didn't like as much, but I think maybe because it's back to like a little villagey setting, which I think is really needed for this series. So yeah, I enjoyed that more than the last few. Sorry, sorry if this is really boring. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. Next. I finished Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. This is the second book in the Indian Lake trilogy. So the first book in this series was My Heart is a Chainsaw, and if you love horror films, I would very, very much recommend it. This book takes place 4 years after the events of the first book with the same characters. It sees Jade return to Proof Rock, and she is returning a sort of different person to the person that she was in the first book. It's still very much a slasher lover's dream. When she returns, it is at the same time that a serial killer escapes prison transport and is also made his way to Proof Rock. So I won't go into a lot of detail with this because it's like the second in a series. But yeah, I really enjoyed how the characters had changed over the last 4 years. And yeah, it is a lot of fun. I would recommend this series. I'm looking forward to reading the third book in the series when I can get my hands on it, which is called... I don't know what it's called, I've forgotten. Something of the Lake, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one anyway. And then finally, I read the third book in the Murderbot Diaries, Rogue Protocol by Martha Wells. So in this one, Murderbot is passing itself off as an augmented human, and they head off to a deserted terraforming facility to investigate Greycrest, which is the sort of sinister corporation from the first book. As before, I really enjoyed it. I really loved the humour in this, and I quite like the way that it sort of raises the questions of what it is actually to be human in quite a humorous way. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. I have number 4 on my bedside table, so I'm looking forward to reading that one very soon. But I am deep into the historical fiction readathon at the moment as well, so I'll probably get to it in July. So yeah, that is it for my wrap up. So 6 books in May. June has been quite a good reading month so far, so hopefully I'll have lots to talk to you about next month on that too, but I'll try not to leave it so late in the month. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to film my July TBR today, but if not, I will do it very soon. I do have other videos that I wanted to film this month, but it's just kind of gotten away from me. But I'll try my best to do some this week. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're reading, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Bye!